So, welcome and a very good morning to all joining us today for the match here between NIIF and Hdfc Hurricanes. So, we're already underway with the first over power play, of course, for the first 6 overs of this T20 game, and 11 runs already on the board, 5 balls up, and over the last ball, we have another 4. So, that's 15 runs in the first ball. Sanchit, first over. Sanchit getting to a very, very good start and 15 for no loss after 1 over. The weather, well, it's not as hot yet here in Mumbai, but it is going to start heating up very soon. We're going to have matches. Going to have matches all through the day, T20 games going on. So don't go anywhere. There's a lot of action coming up. And well, first match of the day, early morning start. It's already off to a cracker. 15 runs already in this first over. So now, the real question is, what can Keshav do? Sanchit has done his job. 14 runs already in just 5 balls. Keshav, 1 of 1, now has the onus in the second over. Dinesh bowling to him. Good shot there. Asking for a single. Gets that single and gets Sanchit on strike. It's 2 runs of the first 2 balls. Strike rotation between Keshav and Sanchit. Try to swing at that. So that's 2 dot balls now for Sanchit. Dinesh having good line there. No white balls yet, except for the last one. Better, much better this time. Found his length and line right. And that's a dot ball. That's an important dot ball. Dots are well accepted and well liked in the power play. Very, very welcomed because every ball that's on the money avoids a boundary. Power play rules. Once again, a good ball hit towards extra cover. Single is the call. Throw a little wayward wide there, but there was a fielder there to cover with that. Now Keshav on strike, defends that. Ball just going a little off center there. So a very good over so far by Dinesh, especially after the first over which saw them conceding 15 runs. Just 3 runs off it, one of which was an extra wide. 2 more balls to go. Now back in the attack, right arm fast bowler, cut this time. Maybe he's found the gap there. Looks like he has. Oh, there's a fielder there. He slipped slightly, third man there, but he's blocked that and made sure that there was no boundary. Good fielding in the deep. Covered very well all the way up to the third man position. That's 2 runs. So 5 runs so far. Keshav back on strike, 4 of 4, and he's gonna face the final ball. That is the over. So at the end of 2 overs, it's 20 for no loss. So Anand back for his second over of his spell for the third over of the game. So 15 conceded off his first over, still backing him for the power play. Now the question is, can he make a comeback here? Can he defend? Can he bowl well, better? Oh, he's gonna go for a big one. He's launched that, and oh, that was in the hand of the fielder there, but dropped there. That was a lucky getaway for the batter there. The ball flew straight to the fielder at cover and almost in the hands of it, just bounced off. Maybe a little difficult to catch it with the sun in your eye, but that was an opportunity and, well, lucky break for the batter there. He'll be happy to take that. And, well, as you say, you have some lifelines, you take those lifelines, and the game goes on. Now, once again, Keshav. Very fine there. Very fine there. Is that going to roll through? No, the third man has it covered again. Tried to just get a fine edge there for the ball to roll through all the way to the boundary at the back. Shorter boundary there, but good fielding in the deep once again restricts them to a single. Sanchit now still 16 for 10. Oh, that was close. Well, that was a good ball. Nearly got him there. You can see that. He's tempted to do something about it. Very close to the bat. Ultimately, missed it. Both the batsmen here are playing on 9 lives for sure. Much better over, but now it's hit long and it's got to clear the fence there. Maximum. That is the maximum all over long on. Catch them that big six. It was a very good over so far for Anand. Just 2 runs of the first 4 balls. And, well, you completely counted towards the end, don't you? Till it's not over, the over can go anywhere. And that's a big six. And is that going to get Sanchit in the mood once again? Is he going to go for another 4 or 6, another boundary? Hits and tries to find that one, but the fielder there at mid on makes sure that it's nothing more than a single. So at the end of 3 overs, it's 29 for no loss. So Dinesh now brought back in the attack as well. We're here for the fourth over. A good start for NIF. 29 for no loss. after 3 overs. Good trajectory to reach 60, 65 at the end of the power play, which is going to be a very good start indeed, especially on this pitch. But they have to keep it up because now Dinesh just five of his first over, and now two dot balls yet again. So he's found his rhythm. He's finding his length and lines very brilliantly here, Dinesh. Right arm fast, of course. Look at that. Tried to hit it first time on the full toss. Bamboozled the fielder there, and that's going to run for 4 runs. Well, things change. Chances have to be taken, and they were taken. There was half a chance there. Very, very fine, actually. Just ahead of fine leg. And it just bamboozled. I think the bounce caught off guard by the fielder there. And just rolled away for four. Well, Sanchit will be happy to take that. Give me more, he'll say. And that takes them up to 33. Dinesh once again. This time, look at the swing on the ball there. The bounce and then swinging all the way inside. Well, that is exquisite bowling. That is what you want to see. That is the type of bowling that can bamboozle the batters, can really catch them off guard, and they don't know how to react. And a few more body shots like those, well, the batter can't take it. Right? Look at that swing once again. This time he's hit it well. He's hit it on the leg side, and that's going to go for a maximum. Well, he's found the answer now. Now, what a six towards deep square. Just took his leg forward, stepped to it, swung with perfect timing, and that goes for a maximum. And that's a big six, a four and a six. So that is turning out to be a fairly expensive over now for Dinesh as well. One ball to go. Sanchit, 33 from 18. Man is on fire. Cut it once again, found the gap, and that's gonna go for four more. Well. Somebody is on fire now, and Sanchit takes the score up once again, and that's 43 for no loss at the end of 4 overs. And NIF are off to a blistering start. And now, once again, the power play is still on, and we're here for the fifth over. Well, hit towards fine leg. There, good fielding in the deep and good throw, and that is going to be 2 runs and maybe three. They ran for a three there, so went for the boundary there, completed three. So that's very good running. That's quick running. That's good running. That gets Sanchit back on strike. And well, the score keeps racking up for NIF. So now Anand in his third over. Really interesting to use Anand once again, especially after his first 2 overs were a little expensive in the power play itself. Maybe they have a different approach to the middle overs, just as you say that good cut there, slices it slightly, goes all the way to point, and you don't want to risk a run there. So happy to just let it be a dot ball at that point. Now, this time again finds the fielder there, but slight confusion, couldn't capture that, couldn't catch that perfectly, and that's going to get them 2 runs. Good running there, very good running. Well, that's called active running. They're taking the initiative, and while it's blistering hot out there, they're still running their socks off. Now, Anand once again in the attack. Oh, that was fine. That was a cut and fine and running all the way back there. Can't get there in time. Well, that's going to be slightly lucky. The keeper trying to catch that one, but that runs behind for 4 more runs. So again, turning out to be a little expensive this over. 7 runs off it already. A boundary, 3 runs, 2 runs. We've seen a lot of options here, a lot of variety. A dot ball as well. We're missing a single and we're missing a six. Is that what we're going to see over the next 2 balls? Now, here comes Anand. And he's hit it big. He's hit it long, and this time just falls short of the fielder there. I thought he's going to charge in there from long off, but waits for the bounce, and that's going to be a single. So the prediction still lives. The single is on. That is done. We've got a one, we've got a two, we've got a three, we've got a four in this over. Can we get a six? Now, make it a smaller game here. Is he going to go for a big one? He's gonna go for it, but this time it seems like it's in the air for too long. And once again, a lucky bounce towards mid wicket. And that is gonna be that for this over. That's gonna be another single and 54 for no loss at the end of 5 overs. Very good score racking up for NIF. And 44 for just 23 balls now for Sanchit. So now we're here for the sixth over, starting the final over of the power play. 54 for no loss at the end of 5 overs. Now, Sanchit, Keshav, both have had a very good start to this innings. Great partnership. Keshav a little lesser, but it's okay. That's how you build partnerships. One wants to ground and play it safe. One goes for the big ones. Santosh now in the attack. Takes a single and now he's gone for the big one. He's gone huge and where will it go? It lands off the boundary, clears the fence there, and the 50 comes up for Sanchit as well now. You can hear the applause from the pavilion, from the dugout there. 50 of 24. That is an outstanding innings by Sanchit. Very, very well played. Good cricketing shots all round. Played all throughout the pitch. 360-degree player here today and can great launch pad for his team already. And now he goes big once again, but this time it's a little short. So 1-6-1. Keshav now on strike. Try to chop that, but I think that's off the line. Yes, wide is the signal outside of the permitted line. Well, so that's an extra 9 runs off this over already. This is Santosh's first over, of course. Medium pace, and there's a shout there. Look to be going down the line wide there, but the umpire is not interested as well. So sneaked a single there actually. Sanchit now on strike. 51, 25 balls. Oh, that was close. Well, that was a swing and a miss, and that was close. That was half a chance to maybe get him there. He's a danger man for sure, and he's the one that they will want to get. Now the question is, can they get him? Can they get Sanchit's wicket? That would be progress. That would be something. Just as the power play ends. Now Sanchit goes for the big one once again. Where is it gonna go? It's gonna clear the fence again. So another maximum. He is truly on a different level today. Goes for a six, gets a six, and that is gonna be 70 runs at the end of the power play. What a launch pad! What a start for the team. This is a very, very good score. So 70 for no loss at the end of 6 overs. We're gonna have a slight change here probably now. Change of ends up to the umpire if we're gonna have change of ends or not. Keshav now. Now Sachin, the new bowler in the attack, fast bowler once again. As the power play comes to an end, that was a good throw. Well, they're asking for a second. Sanchit says no. Think he's a little tired, a little knackered there. He's been playing there for far too long, and 57, a lot of sixes, a lot of fours, running as well. It takes the force out of you, and he has to just make sure that it doesn't result in him losing his wicket here because of running out of steam. He's on an amazing roll here. There was half a chance there. Well, confusion there. Sanchit running all the way. I think he was not ready for it. Slight confusion. And then he sent the player back. So Keshav, narrowly, the better throw probably could have got Keshav out. Well, maybe it was only a single. They overdid it, overran it a little bit. You can see Sanchit just feeling his leg there a little bit, feeling his hamstring. The tiredness, the fatigue setting in now, probably. Sachin now once again, swing and a miss, but this time no signal of a white ball. That's a fair delivery. Good start to the over so far. Single, 2 runs, and a dot ball. Unique action there, and that is gonna go about the fielder there, run all the way for the four. Well, short third man there, looking to just come in to catch that. It flies overhead and it runs all the way for 4 runs. I don't think that was the intended shot, but it won't matter to the batsman as long as you get a boundary. And well, happily collecting that, the commentators curse striking the bowler just as I appreciate the over. Unlucky for. And 7 runs of this over, 77 now on the board. 2 balls left. Sliced it this time. Good feeling there. Very good feeling at mid off. Strips them to a single, quick single there. Last ball of the over. 8 runs already off it. Sliced it now. He's found the gap, I think, there. It's going to run all the way for 4 more runs. Brilliantly hit by Keshav. He completely had control over that. Sliced it perfectly between third man and deep point and gets 4 more. So that's 12 runs from the over. 82 runs at the end of 7. Now, Santosh getting the responsibility again for the next over. So with 7 overs done, Santosh gets the responsibility of the next over. 64 now up for Sanchit. He is a man on a mission now. He's set. He's in control. Can someone get his wicket? Can someone create an opening for their team here? A change in the flow of the game? Because the bowling side really needs that. They need to break this partnership as soon as they can, even if it's Keshav, who's playing well on his own, 15 from 11, but well, leaps and bounds ahead of any individual innings we've seen recently here. Sanchit, that is. So Santosh starts now. A single and a dot, and well, there it is. He's got his man. That is the breakthrough we're talking about. That is the important wicket. Well, as long as the partnership breaks, it is fruitful. So Keshav dismissed with a very good ball that just sneaked in and bowled them. 15 runs. Good contribution from Keshav. That is the first breakthrough for HDFC Hurricanes. It's 83 for 1 at 7.3. So now, after the wicket, immediately we have Anthony coming in, and straight off the mark, Anthony gets a good four there. So he's going out of the park already. He's ready to go after the bowlers. I think he's been sent with a simple instruction. We have to keep up the momentum. We want to keep stacking up the runs. We've got a great start. We don't need to be scared. And once again, he tries to find the gap exactly there at deep mid wicket. But this time, there's a fielder there. 6 runs off this over now. A wicket, finally a breakthrough. Good decision to bring Santosh in, even after he conceded 15 in his first over. Gets an important wicket and a dot ball to finish that. Sanchit there just getting in time. That was a good throw. Well, that could have been really awkward if that was the way Sanchit got dismissed. Well, 88 for 1 at the end of 8 overs. That is the score. So now, new bowler at the crease. Anthony facing off. Anthony, good shot there. Found the gap and he's got the 4 runs as well. Immediately. Very well played towards square leg and gets 4 runs. We can see the intent as we spoke earlier. 4 runs straight off the bat for Anthony and now for more. Anthony once again, this time swinging all the way, taking a step forward, going on the knee. I think he wanted to swing it towards the leg side, but didn't catch it in time. Ball just stayed there for a moment. Slow ball, well bowled, well understood the intention of the batter there. That is important. But well, Ambesh on the target. Now Anthony stepping forward, and well, he's got him. He's got his man casually, and well, that was just out of the blue. He stepped forward, looked like he was going to go for a big one, but just casually plays it straight, single handed catch from the bowler, and there goes another wicket. Well, he can't believe it as well. So now Ramesh is the new man of the crease. Sanchit, just watching all of this unfold, he's still sticking around. 65 of 33. Now Ramesh, first ball, hits it towards long on, and the fielder there, happy to just stop it for a single. So very interesting over once again. It's four dot ball, a wicket, and a single, getting Sanchit on strike for the first time in this over. Sanchit just defending that one, punching it slightly towards square leg and getting a single. Just trying to calm things down maybe a little there. Sanchit, he's seen two wickets fall in rapid succession rather, and after a great start, just a little bit of dip in the run rate. It was close to 12. Now it's 10.5, but that's okay. We've entered the middle overs, and well, that's going to squeeze through. There's another fielder there covering a deep square leg, and they're going to take 2 runs and be happy with that, or just a single. Just a single. So single to end the over. 9 overs done. 95 for two. Runs are still steadily racking up, and that's what you want to see as the batting side. Santosh now, the man coming back in the attack. He's taken an important wicket, of course. He's got the breakthrough for them. So they want him to do his magic once again. Starts with the wide. This is, of course, the final over before the half time of the first innings. Just a small break after the 10th over and a change of ends. A well deserved drinks break for the players. And now just nicks it slightly towards fine leg. Wheeler there chasing it, taking quick runs. They're still running after. They're still running. One, two, and well. So it's going to be 3 runs. Good running there. Very good running. Sanjit now this time strikes well once again. Now towards long off. Stops at a single. So good bowling. Trying to just trap the batter in the crease here. Santosh. He's obviously got a wicket as well as we said earlier. Now the question is, can he get another breakthrough or is he gonna find the gap himself, the batter there? Yes, he has, I think. Good fielding there. Still kept it in. Very good fielding on the line. Conversation there from umpire to umpire. What did they see? Do they think it's a boundary or not? The answer is no. Good fielding there. Very good fielding. Saved his team 3 runs. Hit hard once again. Now, well, that bounces awkwardly in front of the fielder there, and that's going to go for 4 runs. So, runs racking up once again. 10 runs off this over already. So, Santosh has been decently expansive in this innings, in his spell here today, but taken an important wicket. And wickets are important. They are the change makers, the key moments of your game. And this man's wicket is something that they would want beyond all else. Sanchit playing on 71 from just 36 balls. Sanchit hitting it full toss this time, but not getting the right connection, just squeezing it towards mid on. And just going to take a single there. Ramesh on strike and good cut there, but there's a player there. Short third man stops it. And good fielding in the end. Could not get a run, and that's going to be that. So 106 for 2 at the end of 10 overs. Short break now, short drinks break just to recharge the players for the power packed, high action game we've seen so far. And we're going to be back very soon for the second half of this innings. So we're here to get underway once again for the second phase of this innings. Sanchit still at the crease. Ambesh now, the man who took the wicket of Anthony in the attack from the other side of the end. New end for the bowlers, new end for the batters as well. Is it going to bring some changes in the momentum? That brings Ramesh on strike. Very, very good going so far. If they can make a score of 180, 190, 200 plus, that is almost unchaseable at this ground. That's going to be massive, and well, that's going to count for something huge. Ambesh now. Slight variation there. Try to hit it full toss on the ground. That's going to race, and that's going to race all the way to the fielder there. Sent it back in time to restrict it to a single. Plays it in the air now. Is there someone at long on? It's gonna fall just short in no man's land, and well, that's happy news for Sanchit. And once again, he's tempted to make use of that overthrow, but Ramesh is not ready, and that was slightly risky, I think. Not really needed there. Because you can see Sanchit, he wants strike at every moment that he can. He is on fire and he's taking the ownership for it as well. Ramesh now tried to sweep it there, half attempted sweep, gets a single. See the aggression from Ramesh there. He wanted the ball thrown quicker at him because you can see the batsmen are taking the casual stroll when completing their singles, and he does not want that either. You run in time, or I have a run out. This time, a white ball. Now stepped up to it, hit big, hit large, and that's going to go out of the park there. That is a maximum. That is a maximum if you ever saw one, and that's going to bring up the 80 for Sanchit and 117 for Niif. Well, confidently steps to it, judges the ball perfectly, times it well, and goes for a biggie. Well, you can see the fielders just watching. What can they do? It just sails over their heads out of the park. Last ball of the over. Full toss it once again. That's going to land short. That's going to clear two men there and go for a four as well. So 84 up for Sanchit. 121 runs already in just 11 overs for an AM. Santosh now, the bowler, back in the attack. Ramesh just defending there. Tried to sneak a single. That's close. But the fielder there just scaring the batters, not really throwing the ball that time. And you know they need this wicket. They need Sanchit's wicket above all because he has been a true game changer today. And well, a shining light of beacon. And there it is. Well, they've got it. You can see that well. What a catch there. Great bowling by Santosh. Just as we say, that is the man that they want. They get him after all. 84 runs for just 41 balls. Brilliant showing by Sanchit. Amazing, outstanding batting. You can see the fielding team is appreciating as well. But he can't get his 100 today. And that is something he'll be a little disappointed about. But a good catch by the keeper. And that is going to be 122 for 2. Now in the air, new batter there. Rishabh on the crease, of course. Light oops moment there for the fielder. So Rishabh is the new man at the crease. Ramesh, 9 runs from 8 balls. Good recovery bowling here by Santosh. Just 2 runs off his over so far and 4 balls. A wicket as well. Now that's going to go to the fielder once again. There's a chance there, and he gets another wicket. Well, confusion there. There was not a run. The run was never on there. And that confusion gets them another wicket. That is a run out, and Ramesh's wicket lost as well. So suddenly, Sanchit is gone. Ramesh is gone. They're going to have two very new batters on the crease now. So just 1 ball to go. It's been a very eventful over, especially for Santosh. Just 2 runs off it, 2 wickets as well. Very crucial wicket of Sanchit, and now a wicket of Ramesh as well. A run out. Raghavan, the new batter on the crease. Rishabh on the non-strikers end. Well, it's 123 for 4. 11.5 overs done. Just 1 ball to go. But two very fresh batters on the crease now. And well, can they build a partnership? Can they contribute an additional 20, 30 runs per batter to the team that takes them towards the 180s, 190s, even 200s? That is the question we ask, and that is the answer we will see on the field. Finds the gap this time. That's going to go all the way to long on and a single. So that ends the over. 124 for 4 after 12 overs. So now we have Ambesh back in the attack. Not the best second over was hit around the park by Sanchit, but now there is no Sanchit and his bowling finding good length once again. What is happening? What is the confusion here? They're going for those extra runs that they do not need to do risk wise here. They need to save their wickets, they need to establish a partnership, not squeeze in those tight singles when there is no single available. It's just tempting to be out at this moment. All we can hope is they find a fix to that, to those extra runs that they're trying to squeeze in mentally. Rishabh hits it well now, goes all the way to mid wicket. That's going to be a single. White ball is the signal. Sombesh now, maybe looking for another breakthrough. Maybe looking to target one of these new batters here. And now that's hit. That's found no man's land. Good fielding there. covering from long on all the way towards mid on, and stops it at just a single. 2 runs, actually. Good running between the wickets. White ball this time indicated by the umpire. Hit once again, this time towards deep cover. Single once more. Things have calmed down a little in this over. No wickets. Well, not yet. And no boundaries as well. Steps out, hits it towards the leg side. Has he found the gap there? Yes, he has on deep square leg. And that's going to be 4 runs. And that is important boundary in this over. It takes them to 135 for 4 after 13 overs. One ball left. One ball left to complete the 13 overs. Half a shout there, actually. It flicked off. They're saying it flicked off. Wide is the signal. No touch, says the umpire. And there it is. Once again, well, Ambe strikes. Just like that, we were speaking about it. Had a four in the over. We had a few wides as well. And to end the over on the final ball, there is another wicket. So it's 136 for 5 now. That is the end at the 13th over. And a new man on the crease once again. Wickets are tumbling down. So, new batter at the crease now at the non-striker's end. Sangam is the new batter. Raghavan, of course, a little set now. 5 runs already on the board for him. Dinesh is going to be bowling now. Again, he's got the responsibility for his third over. Dinesh in the attack now. Good shot, and that's quick running once again. Good running between the wickets. That gets Sangam on strike. Sangam at the crease. Tries to just play it fine there and has to make sure he doesn't give his wicket away cheaply for a single. And there, that's a call. That's a shout. The umpire's not interested in that, and they sneak in a single there. Full toss now, hit on the full toss, found the gap there in no man's land. Tried for a direct hit. You can see the zest has increased in the fielding team. They are now excited because they've taken 5 wickets early on, conceded a lot of runs. Currently, also the run rate has not gone down massively, but they've already taken 5 wickets and important wickets at that. So they would be excited to go for more, restrict the runs as much as they can. Swing and a miss there, just hits it slightly, goes towards square leg, another single. So that is that for the third over. A very good third over for Dinesh. 140 comes off, of course. It's 140 for 14 overs at the loss of 5 wickets. So Ambesh coming in once again for his fourth over, final of his spell. He's been brilliant today, got 2 wickets, conceded 34, of course. Second over was very expensive when Sanchit was on strike. But overall, he's played his role very well on this pitch here today. And first ball goes for a 4. Sangam finds his feet and hits Ambesh for a 4. Hit once again now. The fielder's there this time. And not the best throw, but a swift throw at that. Fielder coming in from deep mid wicket, too long on that time. Slower ball this time, hit towards the offside. Good fielding there, very good fielding, and well, it's appreciated by the teammates all around. Now hit once again. That's it brilliantly. It's going to clear the fence. Yes, it is. That is going out of the park for a maximum. That is 6 more runs. Well, another expensive over for Ambesh. It's a little hit and a miss here today. When he gets his man, when he gets his length and line right, he gets his man, he gets them out. If not, you can hit him for the sixes and fours. That's what Sangam is doing. And this time, I think he's got his man. There's an opportunity, but it's in no man's land. It is lucky. That is an extra life given to Sangam at that. And that is lucky. That's very lucky. 150 comes up, of course, for the NIC. And half a shot this time. A little labored there, but gets a single. 14 runs of this over. So 47 across 4 overs. 2 good wickets as well, but 48 runs conceded. 48 runs given by Ambesh. It's 154 for 5 at the end of 15 overs. So Dinesh now 3 overs done, just 22. Just 22 runs given. He's coming in for his fourth over now, the end of his spell. Sangam and Raghavan both getting a little comfortable on the crease, finding their feet better. This time, tried to just flick it off down fine leg for 4 runs, but missed it, and it missed the mark as well. That's a wide ball. Swings there, that's up in the air. Is it gonna travel? Looks like it can. No, it does not, and that's taken. That is taken very well. And well, finally, that's another breakthrough, another wicket. Raghavan loses a wicket. Very well caught there at mid off. A little further towards long off, actually. And that's a good wicket by Dinesh. Gets his first wicket of the day. And well, another batter dismissed, 155 for 6. 5 more overs to go. Jenny now the new batter at the crease. Asking for a single. Direct throw at that. But single they get, and that is it. So that's going to get Sangam on strike. Consistent wickets across the last few overs, I must say. You can see the intent for the batting team. They want to go for the big ones. They're trying to go for the fours and sixes, but losing wickets at regular intervals. And just as you say that, now this one, where does it go? That goes straight. That goes for a maximum. That's going to be 6 runs. Sangam says, thank you so much. I needed that, and I'm going to hit it down the line, clearing the fence, getting 6 runs in. So 4 runs, four balls done. Fifth ball there, not trying to sneak a run. So we're coming towards the end of Dinesh's spell as well. 31 runs given so far. 1 ball to go. A good wicket as well in this over, that is. Chenil and Sangam, the two batters now on the pitch. Defends that, Janil. And that's going to be that at the end of 16 overs. 163 for 6. So, interesting take now. Shadab, the new bowler, completely new in this death over, bowling for the first time today, given the responsibility of the death overs, and, well, starts with a single and a good ball. Janil, and there he gets his man. Given the responsibility, the bowler was at the crease, and he has gotten his man there, Shadab. Just keeps the ball low, keeps it on target. Janil can't hit it, can't get the timing right, and loses wicket there. So 164 for 7. New batter coming up. Wickets are really tumbling now for NIF. Shada back in the attack this time. Swankar stepping up to it and, well, rotates the strike, gets Sangam on strike. Now we are entering the territory of the bowlers. Not to put them down, not to say that they can't bat, but usually you would rely on your batsmen or your middle order, the top order, openers, or the middle order at max to carry you through these moments. And I think Sangam, who's been great today, 21 of just 10 balls, I think his first goal should be to see out the overs and not lose out on the balls that can get them the runs. Steps out confidently there, a little braver than we expected, and which is good. But he has to make sure he doesn't lose his wicket. I think he wants to ground his innings a little. He would want to, because otherwise, I see them getting out in the 17th or 18th over and not using up all the balls at their disposition. Suvankar back on strike, hit towards leg there. Well, missed the fielder, and I think I was going to roll, but there's someone covering there. One or two. What is the call? Two is the call. They get 2 runs in. Very well played there by Swankar. So a very good over there for Shadab. Just 5 runs off it. Good death bowling. 1 wicket as well. And that is the 17th over. It's 168 for 7 at the end of the 17th over. Run rate just falling below 10. Anand is going to be the new bowler. Sangam now on strike facing Anand. Anand for his fourth over, the end of his spell as well. Been fairly expansive today, chasing a wicket as well. If he gets Sangam's wicket, that would be very appreciated by his team. Sangam hits it very well, lofted over the fielder all the way to deep cover and gets 2 runs there. Good ball by Anand there. So single is the call. Sangam on 25 from 14. Swankur on 3 from 2. This is the 18th over, of course. We've got two more overs after this. So we have balls in hand for the batters to play. Swankar just coming out, stepping out, taking a single, getting Sangam back on strike. 4 runs of the over so far. Sangam now on strike, trying to hit. Ball slightly wide there, but still in the line. Legal delivery, says the umpire. So 2-1-1 and a dot. Shaping up to be a very good over for Anand this one. Just the end of his spell. And Sangam, I'm sure you would want to go for a big one in this next ball. He looks like he's tempted. Another swing and a miss. Well, that stays low. That was the slow ball option. He knew the intention of Sangam and kept the ball low. Slow ball that time. So that is smart bowling. That is smart piece of bowling. You need good ball control. You need to understand the psyche of the batter there, which he did, and choose which ball to go for. Now, final ball of his over off his spell, and this time once again Sangam coming out, and the wicketkeeper narrowly missing on that because well that could have been a stumping and a crucial wicket. With that, well the over comes to an end. Just 5 runs off it. Just 5 runs off the 18th over, which is very, very good bowling indeed. Extremely good. It gets us to 173 of 7 at the end of 18 overs. So, getting Shadab back in the attack. So, Shadab 5 runs of his last over. That was the 17th over. 5 runs now of the previous over as well. So this has been very good death bowling. 173 already. They can probably go to 180, 190 even, but they would have crossed 200 if not for the consistent loss of wickets along with good bowling over the last few overs that we've seen. So 180, 85, even a 90, 190 is a realistic target now for NIF. Of course, it could be much more if they actually do find a way to blast their way through to the boundaries. But for now, a few wides, a few extras, and shots like this may be directed to the fielder that time. Shadab now back in the attack, stepping up, finds the nice cut, and that might roll all the way to four. There's no fine leg there. What a shot! The appreciation, well, from the pavilion and the dugout there. That was a great shot. Stepped out, had to adjust last moment on the leg side, clips it slightly. Very well played by Sowankur, and that goes for 4 runs. Crucial boundary. First boundary in 3 overs here for Team NIF. Takes them up to 179. The good shot and slight misfield there. He's not going to be happy with that. Well, that was a good shot. I think he expected a single or two. But well, he got a four and he's going to be happy to take that. So this over is now suddenly shaping out to be very good for the batting side. 183 comes up. And suddenly the runs are stacking up once again. 10 runs already from this over. Slight misfield there in the deep at deep mid wicket, but not much he could do about it in the end. Shadab once again in the attack. Stepping out this time, cuts it right in the end. That could have gone anywhere. That could have gone to the stumps. That could have gone in the hands of the wicketkeeper and given him an opportunity of stumping. So Vanku realized that, just cuts it in the end, makes sure that, okay, maybe if there's no run, I don't lose my wicket as well. Shadab once again, this time similar trap, similar opportunity. Steps out there, the batter, and two back to back dot balls. So that is good. That's good bowling, good recovery bowling once again. That's in the air. Direct sunlight, he says, in his eyes. He could not see anything. And that's going to roll for a four again. So, well, 14 runs of this over. Second over ends for Shadab. That's the 19th over. That's going to be the end of his spell for today. 187 comes up, which is a huge, huge total. And there is another over to go. So 16 runs from 8 balls for Suvankar, 26 from 18 for Sangam. So the responsibility of the final over now given to a new bowler, given to Vikas, just adjusting the field, trying to work out where the shots are going to come from and what length the line he wants to bowl so that the batsman plays to the field that the bowler has set, not the other way around. 187, huge score, good total, very, very good total so far. Six more balls to go. Swinging there and just takes a single. It's a swing all out action now for this final over. You're not going to be able to take your wickets home. Wickets in hand don't matter now. Now you go for the big ones. So a bye there, a little lucky. 2 runs off that as well. That's 3 runs from the wide. 3 runs off just one ball. So steps out this time, swings at edge of the bat there, but he's got a good connection. That might roll all the way for 4 runs, and that is what he was looking for in this final over. 7 runs now, just 2 balls up. Sangam up to 31. He is contributing extremely well. We spoke about it that he has to see off this innings till the end. He has to make the most of the death overs. He has to get those big shots in. For most part of it, he's done that. A little difficult in the last 2 overs. Good bowling from Shadab, but Sangam going for shots like these, and well, this time it's in no man's land. It's gonna land just a little outside of mid wicket. Maybe a little tired, maybe a little fatigued there, Sangam. But he's trying all right. He's going to go for the big ones and telling Swankar to do the same. So just a little conversation there. Couple of singles. Good recovery there from Vikas after the four and the wide. 9 runs off this over, 196. So now 2 balls left. Can they bypass the 200 total? Hits it first time. Not the best connection. 2 runs would be the ask. And well, that slipped past one, past two. Is it going to roll for a four? Well, that was that was really awkward there. Rushed between two, rushed past two fielders. And that's 2 runs. So 198 on the board. 2 runs taken there. Final ball here. Sangam on strike. 11 runs given so far. Vikas, final ball of the innings. Sangam going once again, finding the same gap. Is he going to get two once again? He's going to try and run for it. I'm sure of it. Well, the wicketkeeper slightly misses that one. Can't get it under control. And that's going to be that. So 200 comes up for NIF A massive gargantuan score here, 201 to win for the HDFC Hurricanes. Well, a small break. When we come back, the chase is going to be truly on, and it is going to be a very interesting one. Don't go anywhere. 201 is the chase, and the chase is going to be on for HDFC Hurricanes. So we're about to get underway. The chase is on. Ambesh on strike. Shadab on the non-strikers end, and immediately from the get-go, well, that's a wide ball that's gonna run for four. Aman, my lad, what was that? A little out of control, a little more than out of control. That's a wide and a four, so that's 5 runs straight from the get-go for well HDFC. The HDFC Hurricanes, of course, need a 201 from 20 overs. Now need a 196. 20 overs, they have all the balls intact, and basically their target score has just gone down to 196. Once again, wide. I think he's trying to get the swing right, probably from the leg towards the outside, but just not getting the line as well as he would want it to be. So that's 6 runs every time he gives these extras. And well, there you go. First ball. Net, the chase is down to 195 because of the extras from the get go. Aman once again, this time better ball once again. Now towards the offside, different approach, but he's getting his length right, and that is what the fast ball does. Sometimes when they start with the new ball, when they start the first few innings in the power play, the first few overs, sometimes there'll be a little bit of wide, there'll be an extra swing just to get the pitch right, just to understand how the ball is flowing. And now you can see, well, Aman, suddenly he is in control now and he's able to dictate where the ball will go, where he wants it to land, and he has completely caged in Ambesh there. Ambesh on strike. This time, once again, a swing and a miss, and a better ball yet again from Aman. Very, very good bowling indeed. You can see the control he has on the swing and the length as well. Going for the offside, off pitch cutter, going for the one that swings in, different variations as well. Maybe something towards the leg side now. Oh, that was a good ball. That could have got him that wicket. This is a great start. A few extras in the start there, but the pace just got out of hand. But now it's really coming on top. And since he has started, apart from the extras, it's been all dot balls for Aman. And I think that's going to be a dot ball as well. So 6 runs to end the first over, all 6 extras, and then 6 dot balls. Well, Aman truly changed around his entire delivery and control there. So that's 6 for no loss at the end of one over. Siddhant is the new bowler in the attack now. Again, you can see good bowling, good length, right on the feet, difficult to pick up. Ball once again. White ball this time. Shadab now facing off his first few balls. Very good with the ball, both Shadab and Ambesh. Now, openers as well. Gets a good connection this time. He's hit it down the line. And that's off for a six. That is into the trees. That is out of the park. And that is a big six. Just as we appreciate Shadab's bowling. He steps up with the batting as well and gets his first few runs on the board. A maximum at that. 6 runs on the board for Shadab. 13 in total. So the run rate is going to hover around 10 to 11 for this team here. We know that. And they have to make sure they don't let the run rate get out of hand. They had 6 runs in the first over. I think Aman will probably be bowling the second over as well, by the looks of it, by the looks of how things are going. So they need to target this over. They need to get a 12, 13, something more in this over to compensate for the first over that Aman had and the second consecutive over as well. Can they do that? That is the question. Oh, that was a correct. And well, there's an ask there. The umpire not interested. So 6 and a wide. 7 from the over so far. Shadab still on strike. Siddhant now. Shadab knows he needs a 4 or 6 here. These are power play rules. This is the first over done. The second over. 70 runs from the power play is what they conceded, is what Niif scored 70 runs in their power play. They need to match that, if not more than that, to have a chance at this mammoth total. And well, the bowling right now has been very good. Very, very particularly good by Shadab, by Siddhant, sorry, and Aman. And they're not letting them free their hands. They're not letting them go for the big runs. The swing, the pace is all there. And that's it. Oh, that was a grab and a drop. Sanchit, of all people. You can see the disappointment. I think he caught it. He caught it for a minute. And I don't know what happened, but just fell out of his hands. Maybe the ball just bounced like hot potatoes, just falls out. And just like the lifeline that Sanchit got a few times, this time Shadab gets his lifeline. So 13 for no loss at the end of 2 overs. So, just as we discussed, it's Aman yet again. And, well, that's going to leave them in a precarious situation, I'm sure. Because with the quality of bowling that he displayed after the few extras that he gave in the first over, it was very difficult to get anything off him. And now, once again, this time, good connection down the line. That's going to go off for four. That is the response, and that is the answer. You need to time it well. You need to time it perfectly right. You want to make sure you don't let the ball just go by you. Just get used to the speed, used to the pace, the length, and the line. And well, it's power play. So if you time it well, you use the pace against the bowler, it will rocket off for a 4 or a 6. Now, once again, this time connects and he puts it in on the leg side this time. That's going to be another maximum. So, a complete change of fortune now from the first over that was Aman's. Same line, a little bit of a bouncer this time. Easier to just knock it off. But, like we said, power play, if you get the connection right, it's going to just soar away because there's space on the ball and there are no fielders around for the most part of it. Now, yet again, this time a swing and a miss. Now, slower option from Aman. But 10 runs already in this over. This is not the over that we thought they would have the recovery, but they have an opportunity now. Ambesh, 10 from 9, recovered himself from the 6 and 4 that he played on these last three balls. Otherwise, it was 0 from 6, which was not the best showing in a chase of 200. But he's got going now. He's shown that he can do it. Again, stepping it, missing it. Good ball once again from Aman. Ambesh needs a little bit more. Another boundary, a few more runs. Needs to make more of the opportunity that he's gotten used to the way Aman is setting up those deliveries. Ambesh now this time just flatter, played towards extra cover, and that's going all the way towards deep point. Gonna be a single. Still a required run rate of 10.3 per over. So 10 and a half. Well, you want to hover between 10 and 11 to stay consistent. They're already at 11 in this over. Shadab is the man on strike. Now, Aman wanting a wicket. Shadab cuts it slightly. There's not going to be a run there. Into the hands of Anthony. So that's that for Aman's over. 17 of 2 overs for Aman. 24 for no loss at the end of 3. So Siddharth back in the attack now. Good ball. Good ball there. Siddhant now and he gets his man. He gets his man. He tried to defend that. It's squeezed in and it's got Ambesh's wicket. Well, that is the start that they wanted. After the good start that HDFC Hurricanes had, they've got the opener. They've got an important wicket there. And well, that impacts the run rate as well. He's not happy. I think he thought he had that covered. He won't be happy with his defense there. Just squeezed in a little too easily. And it's got his wicket. So it's 24 for 1 now. Good ball now. Well, that was a crucial wicket. Naman is a new man on the crease now. And while they did get off to a good start, they need to make sure that the run rate doesn't get out of hand. Currently closer to 6. Required run rate shooting up all the way to 10.8 now. Well, there you go. That is the break that they needed. That is the opening that they were looking for. 4 runs there. And well, slight slip there actually. Going for a single. Is it going to roll behind? Is it going to go? Yes, it goes all the way. Well, so back to back fours. That is something that they were looking for. A dot ball, a wicket, a dot ball, and then back to back fours in this over. So one ball yet to go. And they've got 2 fours already. So Naman off to a great start. Playing cheekily there, that shot. But happy to take that one. And they need another boundary, at least another 2 runs to be closer to par. Left-handers always difficult to deal with. That's always going to be the case. That's why you want a left-hander, right-hander combination in your team. And again, try to squeeze it through this time wide. So that's 9 up, closer to the mark that they needed to be. Naman facing off Siddhant. Last ball, swing and a miss this time. Doesn't get the right connection. So that's going to be that. It's going to be 8 runs plus a wide, 9 runs from the over. It's 33 for the loss of 1 wicket at the end of 4 overs. 2 more overs to go for the power play. Not very shabby, but the way off from what they need to be. 33 is good, but to match what NIF did, they need an additional 37 runs now across the next 2 overs. I don't see those coming. I think then the next target should be at least 50s, 55s, maybe 60. 60 seems tough too. 50, 50, 55 could be realistically the target for them. Shadab, of course, if he can go after Aman, similar to how Ambesh was as well, maybe that could result in something. But we saw Aman when he gets his length right, when he gets his line right, it's a completely different ball game, and it's very difficult to strike that. And he has the variations. He has the in swingers, he has the out swingers, he has the slow ball in his pocket. So a lot in his locker. And you can see there, once again, cut slightly, no runs there. Trickles away to the man at point. This time, again, just a slight connection. Dot. So when you think about the approach that Aman has shown in the game today, it's been clear that his intent is more so about restricting the runs rather than the wickets. He has a lot of those variations, and not all of his balls are focused on the stump. You can see that. It's just making it difficult to hit all out. It's just the pace of him, the line, the length, the way he's bowling. Second over was a little bit of an anomaly, especially the first two balls with the six and the four. Then again, he had a good comeback. And yet again in the third over against Shadab this time, three dot balls. So the run rate keeps driving up, and that is just more bad news for the HDFC Hurricanes. It's going to shoot up to about 11, and it's four balls without a run right now. Still another over to go for Aman, which I am assuming they're going to save for the death overs. Possibly. I don't know if they only depend on the swing, which it doesn't look like it. So then they can keep him up for the ball when it swings less in the death over, but it's more decisive to get your timing, pace, and length right. So, five balls, no runs. Is it going to be a maiden over? No, it's not. Oh, is it? Well, there was an opportunity. Slight misfield there, and that's going to get a single. So, no maiden over, just a single from that. 18 runs from three overs after conceding about six extras in the first one and 12 in the last one. So, brilliant bowling so far. 34 for 1 after 5 overs. So, Siddhant back in the attack for his third over as well. You can see the combination here. Good shot there. So, well, that's gone up all the way in the air. That's great bowling by Siddhant, and it's claimed well. So, what a catch there. Fielder happy to collect that at mid-off, and that is another dismissal now. Shadab has been dismissed. Both the openers now gone. An important wicket yet again, and well, 35 for 2. A little bit in trouble now because when you see the trajectory that NIF took with the way they scored 70, lost their first wicket around 18, 90, then consistently kept losing wickets but kept getting the run rate to up to about 9, 10, 11 and over. None of those things are happening for HDFC Hurricanes right now. Of course, your openers don't decide your game. There is your anchor at number three, there's your middle order, there's your tail enders who can contribute as well. So it's a team sport, and there's a lot more to come, but someone has to step up now for HDFC Hurricanes if they want to successfully chase this total down. They can still do it, it's not out of their hands, but someone has to take ownership, someone has to play out of their skin and have a good partnership so that they can carry it a little bit further and get the required run rate down. Anand now on strike, flicking it. Well, that was cheeky. And where will it go? Will it run all the way for four? Good fielding there, just hanging on hanging on at the boundary line, and Anand immediately 2 runs, and could have been four, could have been more as well, but he's shown that he has that in his locker. Siddhant in the attack, two more balls. Anand, good stroke there. Goes rolling away towards mid off. No runs, but played confidently. So 3 runs in this over so far. Very good over for the bowling side as well. They've been extremely good in the field. They've been active. They've been CLS. They've chased after every single run. And now, good ball to end the over. There it is. 37 for the loss of 2 wickets. Another ball left. No, that is it. So 6 overs done. That is the end of the power play. And you have 37 for 2 after 6 overs. Well, they've lost 2 wickets, which is problematic a little for them. And they are 23 runs behind the par score as well. Aman now back in the attack. So they decide to get Aman back for his fourth over already. Maybe they want him to possibly pick up a wicket, or the other strategy could be that let's get our best bowlers out there. Let them just create as much pressure as they can. Let the run rate shoot up to a 12, a 13, something like that. If Aman has another good over, it will go to a 12, 12.5, and that creates massive pressure on the batters, and slowly it starts taking the game out of their hands. So, good first ball, a wide ball to follow that for Aman. We've seen the first wide for him here since the earlier wides in the first over itself. Going around for the left hander and wide once again. So just trying to get his length and line right once again from this side. First time he's bowling to the left hander in this innings. Naman now facing off. Good ball now, good ball, good comeback from Aman, of course. Aman v Naman. 162 still needed now. The run rate's almost at 12. Swings it, gets a slight connection, and that might just roll. Fortunately, or no, there is a third man there. Well, there's a third man on that side, and that's going to make sure that it doesn't just roll away for 4 runs. Keeps it at a single. 40 comes up. So a couple of wides and 2 singles in this over so far. Run rate required run rate now up to 12. Run rate closer to 6. So they need to double up. It's double or nothing. Swings it now this time. Where will it go? It's gonna go for a six. No, there's a fielder there. Lands just short of him. Could have been a wicket. Couldn't come into that, but the field comes in close, restricts it for a single. Tried to go for a biggie there, Naman. Clips off. I think there'll be a fielder there who'll cover that one. Not this time. Not this time. Not to the right handed batsman. And well, that's going to get them the four that they needed. So that's 9 runs of this over. Better. A little bit better. The run rate still hovering around 12. That's 46 for 2 at the end of 7 overs. So now we have a new bowler taking the responsibility. Adarsh just setting up his field now. He's been given the responsibility to handle the start to the middle overs. 10 of 8 for Naman, 7 of 5 for Anand. Both just stabilizing their bases a little here, trying to just build on their innings and the partnership together. And make sure that the run rate doesn't escape them too much. Oh, that was a good ball. That's a good start. Well, that was a difficult one to play, an awkward one to play that one. So back to back dot balls there. Good bowling, good start by Adarsh. Naman just trying to assess the field setup, seeing where the gaps are, seeing where he can hit for the boundaries. A little bit trapped right now, and there he goes, just defends it against the ground. The ball bounces up high, and that's going to be a single. Run rate just creeping away step by step. It's becoming more and more of an uphill task here for the HDFC Hurricanes. Others now just getting a little ready, facing off. Anant now. Good connection this time. He's found a little gap there. Where's the ball going to roll through? No fielder there, so that's going to be a good four. That has been placed perfectly Very, very well played all the way to deep cover. That's going to get him 4 runs. That's the kind of stroke that you look at and you appreciate. Anand now swinging there, and now that's gone down the line. That's going to be a fielder there at long off. He stopped that one, so that's going to be another run. So that's 6 runs to end the over. 52 for 2 after 8. Run rate shooting up to 12.4. Required run rate, of course. Sangam now, the new bowler with the charge. Sangam, fast ball approach. This time, flicked right once again by Anand. There's a fielder there. He read that one, and that's just going to be a single after all. Try to just play it down fine leg. Flick it over. The fielder was there, and he was aware of that. Comes ahead, grabs it, restricts it at a single. Now the left-hander Naman on strike, facing off Sangam. Hits up in the air now. Will it travel? Or going to find the fielder there? It's going to travel all the way. That's a long one, and that is a maximum. That is a much needed six. Just relieving the pressure slightly, ever so slightly. That's an important six. That brings up 59 for the side, 17 for Naman, 13 for Anand. 142 needed still. Placed it once again, this time punched it in the gap. Well controlled shot there. He knows there is, of course, a fielder there at deep point, and he uses that to get a single. Good strike rotation as well between the pair. 1, 6, and 1 of the first 3 balls. Sangam now, this time slow punch. The ball just bouncing a little uneven there. And 2 is the call. Are they going to get 2? Happy with the 1 there. Don't want to overrun it. Don't want to tire themselves out. So 9 up in this over. 3 still away from par. So a dot and a single. That's 10 runs to end the over. 62 2 at the end of 9 overs. Good first start from Sangam, apart from the six, of course. Not too far off, but still a lot of chasing to do. Others now back in the attack. Good ball once again from Others, just squeezed in ever so slightly. Almost got his man there. Almost got his wicket. That would have been pulled out. We saw this earlier from Adarsh as well in his first over. He really has good control over the ball and over his deliveries. Dot ball and single. Good swing there. Good shot. That's going all the way and that's going to go for four. That is an important four. That's played very well towards deep cover and gets them that four. That's a good drive. That's a very good cover drive. Another cutter, another good ball, and well, that's a dot. Single, four, and dot, dot. So that's 67 for 2 at the end of 10 overs. They need 134 from the last 10. Gargantuan task indeed, but you play till the end and you see what can happen. We're going to take a short drinks break, but the chase is still on. Don't go anywhere because this is going to be exciting right till the end. So we're about to get underway once again for the second phase of the chase. 67 for 2 in 10 overs, 134 more needed. It's a long way, but it is possible. You've got two batters on the crease, both of which have been playing the skins out over the last few overs. Naman at 20, Anant at 18. Rishabh now with the first ball of his spell. That's a very good ball. That almost got him the wicket on his first ball itself. But well, he's going to go again. Spin bowlers now into the action. Look at that. Jump and strike, and this time it's going to go towards long on. And I have a fielder there restricted to a single. So getting those singles in, getting those doubles in, but they need a little bit more as they've been struggling during the power play as well for the big ones. They need those sixes and fours if they have to chase this huge total down. 200 at any pitch is a very, very huge total. Now, well, you have to look at the runs here. You have to take it one over at a time. And now, reverse sweep launched in the air. Is someone going to get underneath it this time? Difficult. Dropped it there. It's going to be 2 runs. Just defensive this time. Swing and a miss, and this time maybe luck favors him completely. He's going to run for 4 there. Yes, it does. Gets them that boundary. So 4 more runs on the board now. Just tying the shoelaces of the batter there. Difficult to do it yourself once you've padded up. Just a little bit of field adjustment there, and you can see 127 now needed from 9 overs. Run rate shooting up all the way to 14 now. It's getting a little difficult because slowly and suddenly it's going to keep shooting up, and they're not going to be able to get to it unless they start picking up the pace now. Others now. Good ball there, slight cut. 2 is the call. Are they going to get 2? And yes, the quick running, that is very good running, and they sneak 2 runs there. Hit it on the full toss this time. Can't get that under control. That's going to be 4 runs. Just paces away, runs away from the fielder there. That's 4 runs. So, picking up steam a little there, Naman. That's exactly what the HDFC Hurricanes need. Oh, that was close. Well, that was a fizzer. That was a fizzer of a delivery. This gone into the hands of the keeper there. 80 for 2 now, 11.3. Oh, the another one. So back to back, good balls. Difficult to play. Just fizzing past player there. 27 and 24 respectively. So they're both pretty well set on the crease now, Naman and Anand. But they know that the task at hand requires so much more. It requires high runs. It requires now a wide appeal there from Naman. Nothing doing for the umpire. He's not interested. He's happy with the ball. So 2 runs and four of the first two balls. He's come back with three very, very good balls, all of which have been dot balls. Others, 3 overs almost coming to an end. Only 17 so far. Now it's in the air. Where's it gonna go? It's gonna go for four. Well, so 4 and 4, 8, 10 runs off this over. Four great dot balls, couple of boundaries. So this over's had a little bit of this, a little bit of that, a little bit of everything. It takes them to 84 for 2 after 12 overs. Now Rishabh back in the attack for his second over. Good start once again. Got a single off the first ball. Good strike rotation between Anand and Naman. Again, the question remains the same. Are they going to be able to accelerate as much as is required in this game? Run rate up to 14.6 now. Every over that goes by with them not crossing the required run rate, it just keeps adding the pressure on them. Well, they're fairly high up in their scores now at 31 and 25. The question is, how consistently can they find the boundaries? And maybe he has an answer there. Not as much landing in no man's land. Two fielders converging, just keeping it at a single. Rishabh happy with that. Once again, down the line and single taken again. 117 needed still. This time just cut it slightly. Single is the ask now. They say no, no extra running there. That was no, that was close. Could have been a run out there. It's been a long time since there's been a wicket now. It's been approximately 7 to 8 overs, if I'm not wrong. The thing is, like we said, same men at the crease, but the run rate is just so high. It's up to 15 now. 3 now already. Just a little bit of break maybe there needed. Just a little bit knackered, a little bit tired there in the hot summer heat. Needs a little bit of water, a little bit of refreshment. That is why maybe he denied the second run after the overthrow there. He knows what condition he was in. He didn't have it in him to run those runs back to back. So now we have Adarsh coming in for his fourth over. So the end of his spell, at the end of this over, wide ball to start with, but a good spell overall. Just 21 runs, 22 now in the first 3 overs. The required run rate up to 15.7 now, closer to 16, inching ever closer there. 14th over now. That's it hard. That's it down the line. That should go for four. And it does. That is a good shot. That is hard. That is straight. And that's 4 runs. Once again, swinging towards the leg side. Goes to the fielder there at square leg. So wide a 4 and 1. Others from the other side now. Different approach. Tried his shot once again. He's gone for that quite a few number of times, hasn't he? Got a few singles, but hasn't got the boundary yet that he wants to pull off. Just needs to get the contact right from that reverse swing flick. Keeps it low once again, keeps it slow. Adarsh gets another dot ball. Going for the big swing there, Anand couldn't connect in time. Right into the gap there. That's a fielder there, conversion. That's going to be single. Now, final ball of the over and final ball of his spell for Adarsh. Swings, swings well, and that's going to go in the hands of the wicket keeper, and that is that. So 28 in 4 overs. Good economy for others. 97 for 2 at the end of 14 overs. 104 needed in the last 6. 17.33 the required run rate. Janil is now the new bowler in the attack. We're getting closer and closer to the death over. Still at the 14th over being done. 15th over getting underway now. 104 needed from 6 overs. Huge task. Huge task. But so say batters having a good partnership at the crease. Looking to swing now. Once again, hit his hand there actually, I think. Janil now with the first over of his spell. Swings now. That's up in the air. That's up in the air. Where will it go? It's gonna land back to the bowler in his own hands itself, and that is it. Naman had to go for the big one. He had to start trying his luck there. Did exactly that. But this time it didn't travel, it just went up, came straight back down. And that is the third wicket lost. Naman at a cool 39. Good runs on the board, but not strike rate needed for this mammoth score. So, new batter Dinesh now on the crease. Chainil gets his wicket. It's 98 for 3. Quick four there, straight off the bat there for Dinesh. So, Dinesh now on strike once again. This time asking for a wide there. Nothing from the umpire. Seemed a little bit towards the outside. Now it's in the air. Will it travel this time? Yes, it does. So Anand gets his six now. 12 of the over, and it's 109 for 3 at the end of 15 overs. So we're at 114 now. Another dismissal. We've lost Naman, we've lost Anand as well. Rishabh facing off. Rishabh now. Two is the call, but they take one. So, well, now the run rate at this point, close to 20, very much out of the hands. You have to appreciate the game played by Team NIF, of course, in the first phase of the innings, the first innings itself. That's a six, and that is a four, actually, I think, a bounce just before the boundary lines. And that's a good four. But as we were saying, we have to appreciate the game. 200 is a huge total, and it started off the back of that brilliant partnership in the power play. 70 runs in the power play. That was a huge total to begin with. Then they kept losing wickets like we discussed, but Sanchit stood up right almost till the end. 84 runs by Sanchit. So Janiel now back in the attack for his second over. 17th over now. Well, that's a good ball. I think it was the wicket keeper that knocked down the stumps there. Oh, he's hurt himself a little there. And that's it. A big one there. Well, Janiel just recovered. And that's good for a big six. So, the sixes are coming, the fours are coming. Of course, it seems to be a little bit too far, too much to do in too little time now because they need an average of 21. But what they can do is give it their best. What they can do is keep going for big ones like this, another six, and just hope for the best at this point. It, like you said, it's not over till it's over. You gotta keep trying. Especially you play for pride, you play for your run rate, you play for your teammates, and you play for giving your 100% till it's over. So, couple of sixes 28 of 8 there for Dinesh. That is exactly the kind of strike rate they need. Goes for the big swing once again, and this time Janiel was prepared for that. Just slowed the ball down a little. He knew what was coming. This time Janiel once again, and he swings, and that's gonna go for four. So well, 17 runs from that over. Expensive one. And that's going to leave us from 65. That's going to leave us to 65 needed from 3 overs, 136 in 17. A very good run rate, very good strike rate and run rate for the HDFC Hurricanes comparatively to the usual scores here. They're pushing themselves close to 160, which would be good on most days, if not, if just for the sake that they've conceded 200 runs here. So 3 overs to go, 18th, 19th, and the 20th over. Interesting to see who bowls those 3 overs. The run rate required now is at 21. Ramesh now, first over for him. Ramesh in the attack. Well, he's good with the bat as well. Now, first over, he was one of the other key members with the bat that contributed extremely well. Of course, Sanchit is probably the man of the match for most of us. 84 brilliant runs. Good defense there. Good bowling, good length by Ramesh. It's right at the toes of the batsman and then it spins. Very difficult to predict, very difficult to play out. Maybe you just need to step to it, be a little courageous, take a step to the spin ball and hit it midair. Make it a full toss. This time swings well. I think there'll be a fielder there. No one. He's going to find the boundary. 4 more runs. Well, Dinesh, where were you? The ifs and buts that come up now is what if Dinesh had been there a few wickets earlier? If this is a strike rate at which he can be pumping runs, what if he had been at a 60 or a 70 or even an 80 runs right now? It's 36 of 12, brilliantly being put away. All of these shots, fours and sixes by Dinesh. A little too late, but still, good, incredible, quite incredible individual display for Dinesh. Ramesh to Dinesh. Dinesh up in the air. This time, maybe a fielder there. Goes for another one. Well, that's another six. That is a maximum. How many of these have we seen already from Dinesh? 42 from 13. He is a man on a mission. Can he? Can he do something miraculous here? Again on the full toss, this time six maybe. Yes, once more. Well, 48 comes up for him and 159. Is it a little too late? 46, 48 now for Dinesh. 17 from this over as well. 17 from the last. 17 from this. Dinesh on 48. Swings yet again. This time it should clear the fence again. 6 runs out of the park. Well, you can hear the entire dugout motivated now. 23 runs conceded by Ramesh. And it's 159 at the end of 18 overs. 42 needed from 2 overs. 21 needed. 50 comes up for Dinesh as well. Great individual display. Well, there's still some hope. It is difficult. It is an extremely uphill task. But maybe, maybe something's possible. This is what cricket is all about, isn't it? You don't give up till the end. Rishabh now on strike, completely motivated from what he has seen from Dinesh. Either he goes for the big ones or he quickly gets Dinesh on strike. He has two options. What is he going to do? So, Swankar now bowling. Good contribution from the bat by Swankar as well. Spin now, this time wide ball. and just get there. So you could see that there's slight confusion. There's a run out there. They get a wicket. Rishabh is dismissed. Well, from the wide, they went for a run out. Dinesh is now on strike. So there is now all the non-strikers in. Dinesh hits it big. I think that's a little short, maybe. That's dropped. That's dropped. That was a crucial wicket to take. You don't want to give half a chance. And well, a wide wicket and a dot ball there. Dinesh on strike still. 54 from 16, Dinesh. Oh, that's a good one. That should go long, maybe this time. And that goes for four. The fielder just struggling a little bit with that. Struggling there, and Dinesh is going to happily take that four now. Well. This is getting interesting. 5 runs now from 2 balls. There's a lot to do. 37 needed. That's a big task. But and I think Dinesh would obviously start feeling some fatigue, getting a little tired as well. But oh well, he came all the way there and a little bit has hit the wicket keeper. Oh, that's in trouble. But the ball is slowly rolling back, and that's going to be 2 runs. The wicket keeper probably a little hurt there as well. Just a wayward shot there. You can see he's in a little bit of pain. It's turning out to be a very interesting end here. Apart from the injury to the wicketkeeper, of course, I hope he's fine. Hope there's nothing really disturbing him. It's just a small impact, hopefully, because it hit the edge of the bat. But 34 needed now. 10 balls remain. Difficult? Yes, very. Impossible? No, not impossible. Especially not for Dinesh. And especially when he's facing these new bowlers that haven't got the time to get their rhythm in. I wonder who's going to be the final bowler after this over because we're done with a lot of important bowlers and their overs. Aman is done, Rishabh is done, right? I'm just thinking who's going to be the bowler takes charge for the final over after this one. It's going to be Mahesh again. I doubt that after the 23 that he's conceded, unless we lose Dinesh in this over. So it's very much chess match. And he's hit it down the line. This is a little short there. I think the fielder will converge. They're going to come back for two. They're going to try their best for that. And he goes back, stays at one. So now Tarvez is the man on strike now. 9 runs in this over already. Need at least another 6 to 8 runs. 33 is too big a task. You're not going to hit 6 sixes. 3 balls to go. Tarvez hits it down the line now. He's hit it hard. Might just go for a four. Four given by the umpire there. Well, he's given four. So Sanchit on the boundary there. He's a little upset, but that this time it's in the air, hit by Dinesh, and that'll be a run out. Well, that gets Dinesh on strike once again, and Tarve's out. In the air now, big one. That should go for a six. Yes, it does. Well, he could have caught that one. That was an opportunity, but that goes for a six instead. Anthony will be a little disappointed there because it was close to him. So that goes for a six. 66 and 20 balls now. 25 needed in the last over. A big task indeed. Who's going to be bowling the over? That's the real question now. So Anthony gets the task of the final over. 25 runs to protect. Avinash, the man on the crease. Is he going to go for the big one? Is he going to try and get Dinesh back on strike? Dinesh has put up a Herculean effort here today. 66 runs of 20 balls. What a strike rate. He has gone all out, and again, same question remains. What if he came a little earlier? Strike rate of over 300. Massive. White ball, and Dinesh just running straight off. Not sure for what, because the wicket keeper would get his wicket immediately there. So getting a little impatient there, Dinesh. Yes, there's a match in hand. Yes, you want to score, but you have to be smart about it as well. You can't lose your wicket like that. And now, wide once again should be the call. And once again, Dinesh getting a little impatient. I'm not sure why. You cannot get those runs in when the wicketkeeper has the ball in his hand. Two wides. Once again, now Dinesh. Well, so that's the first ball. He just wants him to connect a little. Just let Avinash get him on strike. And this time Avinash hits it well, and it's going to be a single. Dinesh ran early. So that's 23, 22 needed now from four balls. So 22 from 4 comes down to Dinesh. Dinesh going in the air once again. Is it going to travel? Is it going to travel? It does look like it's going to travel. Oh, it's taken. It's taken. What a catch. That was huge. That was up in the air for a long time. And it looked like it might travel. And Aman has not just seized the catch, but probably the match as well. So 22, that could have been a 6. And then suddenly the numbers would look smaller and smaller. But well, what a catch there by Aman in the deep against the sun. The ball would have been up so high, difficult to grab, but he takes it confidently. And with that, 66 runs, amazing performance by Dinesh, and 179 on the board. Just three balls to go, 22, two new batters on the crease. Match could probably be wrapped up now. Hit up in the air now. Gonna take single. Probably just rotate, strike, get what they can. What a performance by the nation. What if he'd come a little earlier? There's a last there. nothing for the Empire. So, one ball to go. It's 180 now. So, 21 runs, of course, not possible. But are we going to get to see a grand slam finish? No, a good ball to finish. Great bowling from Anthony. Got that crucial wicket of Dinesh. Completely turned the match around. Only 4 runs, especially after the first two wides. And NIF have won it by 20 runs. A huge, huge total indeed. 20 runs, the entire gap. 200 runs on the board. It was always going to be difficult. And at one point, well, the HDFC Hurricanes look completely down and out, and they've lost by just 20, taken it all the way to 180 on the back of Dinesh and the partnership by the middle order of Anand and Naman. Well, congratulations to NIIF, well deserved victory, and finally, the match is done. This is the first match of the day. There's more coming, so don't go anywhere. But congratulations to NIF once again. And that's it for the stream of the first game. See you very soon. Thank you.